Can I get the slides up? Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone. My name is João. I'm originally from Portugal, but I've been living in Estonia for a while. I'm here to present you Smart ID. So at Smart ID, we think that there's one big issue today with the internet. We love it, we use it every day, but there's one issue, which is lack of trust. Like, can I trust the people on the other side of the screen? And can I trust some website with my credit card details and my personal home address? And when I'm signing documents and send it to someone, is it enough that I just scribble something on a piece of paper, take a picture of that document, and send it over email? I mean, that's as secure as it sounds. It's really not secure. So we're here to solve that issue. Can we building trust back onto the internet? The way we're doing this is using a technology that's already in place in many countries. Like I said, I'm originally from Portugal, but I've been living in Estonia for 10 years. And there were a couple of things that surprised me when I went to Estonia. First of all, the weather. It's really, really cold. And second, the fact that in Estonia, everyone has an ID card with a chip built into the ID card. Just like in Portugal, we have ID cards with chips, but nobody uses them. And I was wondering, why is that? Why do people in Estonia use their ID cards to do all sorts of things like logging into their bank, signing documents, and in Portugal and other countries that have ID cards with chips, nobody uses them? Well, we figured out that one of the reasons is that there are no services built in these countries that make it easy for people to use their ID cards. And one of the reasons there's no such services is that it's so hard to implement this kind of technology. What we've done at Smart ID is simplify the implementation of logging in with your ID card or mobile ID to any website. It's as simple as implementing the Facebook login button. Now, as you know, the Facebook login button, if you want to add that to your website, you just take a few lines of code from Facebook, put it on your website, and bam, you have login with Facebook. We're doing the same thing for mobile ID and ID cards. And we're going to become a login gateway where you can just do one-click signing using your ID card. The other issue we're trying to tackle is documentation signing, and we're providing a platform where people can use templates, they can sign documents, they can share documents with their partners, and they can use our platform to store the signed documents. In terms of templates, we're going to have editable templates where you can use business contracts, legal documents like power of attorney, rental agreements, for example, and you just edit the fields that you want to change, and you can sign them right on our website. You don't have to download anything. All of it is done through the web. You can also use this technology to do things like public petitions, community decisions, all of which will be of a much higher security than right now. If you think of most of these services right now, you just enter your email address and maybe your ID card number. And email address logging in is as old as 30 years old. It's really not secure anymore. So when you do something like a public petition, having someone sign that petition with your ID card increases the level of authenticity. You can upload your own documents and sign them there. And after you sign them, you can share them. And we integrate with common CRMs and bookkeeping tools. All of these are available across countries that have the ID card system with a chip. In Europe, there's about 10 of them, and worldwide, there's 15. We have a freemium account with limited upload and storage, and we have a premium where we provide a higher level of storage and backup. Our technology is compliant with the latest European regulations, where each European country has to authorize document signing across borders. And we're moving towards implementation of mobile ID in countries where the national ID doesn't have a chip. The market potential for this is quite big. In the 28 countries of the EU, there's 25 million companies, and about 12 of them are using already e-invoices. We're seeing the adoption of e-invoicing and e-documentation in general growing, and we're getting ready for the huge market explosion that's coming. And we have studies that show that using electronic signing reduces the amount of time to do business. And in Estonia, it has been estimated that each time you sign a document, it saves your company €8. So you can see what the potentials are for savings in companies when you use a system like this. So as I said, in Europe, the current potential is about 96 million if you take into account all the countries with ID cards and chips. And there's also the possibility of going to countries like Brazil that have the same system and are outside of Europe. Our business plan is very simple. We're going to be a pay per usage or a monthly subscription. So we're targeting businesses, and we're going to follow the software as a service model. And the marketing plan is that we're going to initially roll out in Estonia and eventually go to all the EU countries where this is being implemented. We have a team with a proven track record in this field, and we're looking for smart money, smart people, and smart partners. We're Smart ID. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Highly topical at the moment with secure access, authentication, and authorization. So I'm sure the judges have loads of questions. 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Hey, thanks for that. Sounds like you've got two companies there, right? One is the logging gateway, which is by itself a very interesting problem to solve. I guess it's pretty big as well. And the secure document, uploading, signing. There are a bunch of companies doing that. Sounds like a completely different route to market, completely different type of application. So why do both, and why not focus on one? And which one would you actually rather focus on?
Okay, so that's actually a great question. And because you have such a great question, I'm providing you with a ID card reader, if you want. If anybody else wants ID card readers, we have them on our stands. But so the thing is that the core technology is the same. It's about authentication, right? And we can use the same technology either to authenticate and logging in on a website or to sign documents. And we figured that on the countries that this technology is not implemented, it's because there's a lack of services. So the more services we develop in these countries, the bigger the adoption is going to be. If we just focus on the logging in, it's not going to be enough. We need to develop more services. That's why the public petitions, the document signing and document sharing. We need to, and of course it will be harder to scale, but that's where the smart money comes in.
Is distribution of these devices going to be a barrier, and who's going to pay for these?
Yes, it's going to be a barrier. There are smaller devices. This is the smallest you can find. This is the one that everyone in Estonia uses. But the adoption is going to be away from this and into something that's called mobile ID, where your ID card chip and the certificates are inside the SIM card on your phone. And that's what people use daily in countries like Estonia, so mobile ID. One last one.
Very quick one.
Quick one.
Very quick.
Yeah, so just on the mobile ID, I come from a country where there's no chip in the card. How do you actually use this? How does it work?
So countries that don't have a chip in the cards and will move on to mobile ID, this will have to be a cooperation between banks, where they will be the holders of the information, and telcos. So telcos are definitely going to be interested in this type of technology in each of those countries. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.